Hello and welcome to this Infinite Galaxies update video with me, Xenovids. In this video we're going to be going over the character profile of one of my characters, I guess, in the new Infinite Galaxies role-playing game that me and my friend Ian are making. Now Ian is the person that you will be seeing and have seen in my battle reports for 40k. And before I go into the character profile of my first character, we'll talk about Infinite Galaxies. A few weeks ago we decided that even though we love Warhammer 40k and tabletop gaming from Games Workshop products, we can't really afford to purchase new armies and stuff, seeing as a new army will cost about £300 to £500. So we decided to create our own role-playing game, and we've called it Infinite Galaxies. Now it's a sci-fi skirmish-based game, similar to Dungeons and Dragons, but in the future. And what kind of makes it fresh and new and infinite possibilities is each mission has a goal that you set, and each player creates that mission or chapter. So the first chapter could be you're stuck on a prison planet and your goal is to get to a spaceship outside of the confines of the prison and stow away and go off into space. And then chapter 2 could be you crash land on a planet, or you could go to a space dock, or whatever you wanted. So there's loads of potential and fun in this role-playing game. So I thought I'd share with you one of my characters. He is a warrior class character and his name is Getsuga. So this is the Getsuga model. It's from Infinity and it is called a Knights of Santiago, or Santiago. It's a very dynamic model. I thought looked really good for a warrior class. It's got a gun and sword. I really wanted a model with a sword in a dynamic pose. And so what I've done is done him so he's well worn, battle worn, and running across a rusted ship or sci-fi terrain. Now, the Infinity models are compared to 40k size. He's a similar size, but I feel that I just wanted something different. And with our game Infinite Galaxies, you can look at other model companies and see exactly what they have. So I'm going to go into the history that I've written for Getsuga. Getsuga is an Aurelian, a humanoid alien from the planet Shinigami. Aurelians have faster muscle reflexes and a greater intelligence than most races in the universe. Physically, Aurelians have a much slender frame when compared to other races, but are most noticeable for their pointed ears and deep blue eyes. Shinigami is a world of both light and dark. The planet follows a strange orbit around its sun, as half of the planet stays in a constant darkness. The light side is a jungle paradise that stretches far across the planet's surface until it reaches the Reiki oceans. The dark side receives no light, but strange plants, twice the size of a normal man, reside there, seemingly needing no light source to survive. Through the ages, the Aurelians have used their planet as the basis of their fundamental beliefs and culture, such as in the arts, their ideologies, and their political views. However, it is the way of the warrior trials that truly captures the spirit of their planet. When an Aurelian child reaches 8 cycles of age, they must choose either the path of the light or to walk in the shadows. Getsuga chose the path of the light, and so trained on the light side of the planet. This style of fighting taught here is about defeating your opponents honourably, in full view, so that they know you are the razor blade that ends their existence. He honed his hand-to-hand combat skills. He became a weapons master, but it is when he has a blade that he is his most deadly. Getsuga
quickly rose to the top of his class, but he never let vanity cloud his judgment and always supported his brethren in the trials. Once the trials have been completed, those that still remain make a pilgrimage to Shinigami's closest moon, Renge. They spend the last day presenting their skills in front of an elder of their tribe, and only then do they become a warrior. On this trip, Getsuga was reunited with his twin sister Tenshu. As children, they were almost inseparable and constantly played in the jungles, competing with one another, whether it be climbing the tallest tree or catching the largest goella bug. When Getsuga saw his sister, he immediately walked over to her and hugged her. He had not seen her in almost 10 cycles, and it was the first time her classmates had seen her cry. On their return journey, the pilot of their ship called the elder to the cockpit, and there he stayed for some time. When he eventually did emerge, his face had changed from the gentle and seemingly carefree Aurelian they knew, to a stern and worried one. "We have lost contact with the planet." He waited for their responses, but none came. Just a look of confusion. Before anyone could answer or ask any question, he continued. "At first we thought it was a problem with the communications array, but then we scanned the planet." His voice began to choke. "There's evidence of a V infestation." "How?" asked Getsuga. "We are 5 galaxies from the last outbreak. There must be some mistake." "My child, don't you think that we have already asked those questions? Yes, the deadly V infestation that has destroyed whole planets and civilization has never reached the eastern reaches, but it seems..." One of Getsuga's classmates helps the elder as he almost collapses in one of the seats. Getsuga stands up and walks towards the cockpit. He sighs and turns to what could be the last of his species. "We must go down to the planet. Maybe someone is alive, hiding. My father would not let this happen to our tribe. He is the smartest Aurelian to have lived. I am not forcing any of you to join me. You can stay on the ship if you wish. But I must find my family." As one, the entire class stood up and gave Getsuga the warrior salute. He knew they would not abandon him. He knew they would not abandon their species. The V is a term for the viral infestation. No one knows its origins or where it came from, but when the V emerges on a planet, it has a 99.9% destruction rate of all living organisms. When infected with the V, an organism either dies immediately or mutates into a creature of nightmares. Their bodies contort, their very DNA changes, and their form alters into a skulking beast driven to destroy. There is no cure for the V. When Getsuga and the others landed on the planet's surface, they were immediately attacked by these creatures. And for each one they cut down, they shed a tear, knowing that it was one of their own kind. On that day, they found no survivors of the infestation, and almost half his class were wiped out by the beasts that now reside on their planet. Getsuga and his sister left their home in search of clues about the V and why this has happened to them.
Okay, so that is my first character, Getsuga. He is a warrior class and pretty cool. He's got some cool abilities as well. His preferred weapon is a bladed weapon, so he gets +1 attack for having a bladed weapon, and he's pretty fast as well. The next character profile will be his sister Tenshu, and that'll be coming out, the video for that coming out soon. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, share and comment below. Thanks for taking the time out to take an interest in our new Infinite Galaxies, and tell me what you think about Getsuga's history. I've been Xenovids, and I will see you on the next video.